Hey y'all, it's my review for Basketball Wives, episode 15. We open the episode with Brandy and Duffy in full glam and waist trainers boxing. Now, I was high last night watching this scene. I'm just like, they clearly did not plan on breaking a sweat. Like, as they're talking to each other, they're just lightly tapping the punching bag. So, girl, you heard what was going on with Malaysia? Like, really? Like, it's just so stupid. Just go to a bar or get dinner, go shopping or something. Please don't do this no more. We get a fun fact in this scene that Duffy has known Brandy since she was 15. I did not know that. So I'm guessing that's why she got into it with Malaysia when she just got on the show, because this was actually like Brandy's real friend that came on the show. So we're just talking about the previous night when they were all together and just how weird Malaysia's been acting lately. Next scene, we're with Brooke visiting her dad, and she's just talking to him for advice on her situation she's going through. It looks like she's stuck on the fence on whether she should get divorced or not. I say dump the ninja girl. Afterwards, next scene we're with Jackie as she's meeting Duffy at a sneaker store. So of course she's talking to her about what British told her, which was the whole group thinks Jackie butts in everybody's business because she's bored and has a lot of time on her hands. All of this is a fact, so I'm not sure why she's getting really worked up about it. Jackie is nosy as hell, she's messy as hell, Doug isn't there for her to terrorize, her kids aren't there, so it's just her in the house, and she has a lot of time on her hands. So of course, she's gonna be in other people's business because she ain't got none. You see how that works? Jackie really sees herself as a mediator, and I think she's the exact opposite. She is an instigator, an antagonist, and a manipulator. After Jackie tells Duffy the fight between Malaysia and Jyn, in the last episode where Malaysia hung up on Jyn from British phone, she's gonna schedule a Ponderosa. Now, what is a Ponderosa, you ask? I have no idea, but she made up the word, I think a few seasons ago, and to her, in Jackie's warped mind, it's like a get-together of women to discuss their issues with one another. That's what I guess it is, but yes, we're getting the Ponderosa Part 2. We all know Jackie's goal for this event is to stir the pot and get the ladies to argue. Next scene, we're with Jennifer and British, and they're meeting up for drinks. Jennifer is very pissed that Malaysia hung up on her the other night. Personally, I wouldn't have cared. Like, I would have called back and said, well, that was disrespectful, and just leave it at that. But Jyn has had it with Malaysia. She says she's done nothing to her and has always been cordial every time she's seen her. Production then plays a flashback of all the times Jennifer and Malaysia were beefing, including the iconic scene where Malaysia threw a table at Jennifer. Now, I would have been done with Malaysia since that happened, but somehow, some way, they were able to move forward. They weren't like Kiki or whatever, like best friends, but they were just able to coexist in a group setting. Bridgerton says Malaysia's been acting different lately and she's been trying to be more open with the group. Now I'm confused by this change of heart because British from the first half of the season didn't want nothing to do with Malaysia. So now she's giving her all this grace? It's probably because she's headed to prison. Jennifer then says, well, yeah, she's acting that way because she's losing her house. Now British is shocked when she hears this information, but I honestly thought that this was all over the blogs, like this was reported. I mean, it was in Atlanta, Fulton County, where, you know, your business is everybody's business. Jennifer says that she's done being the nice guy and she has all the smoke from Malaysia if she wants it. This is definitely a new Jyn, like she is with the shit this half of the season. So next scene we're with Duffy at home with her baby daddy, they having dinner. I really want to fast forward this scene because she has the most uninteresting plot line. Ooh, Duffy, this hair. What is going on? This toaster strudel design she has? It ain't it. Like, go back to the lace fronts or the bus driver wigs you be wearing. So they're discussing where they are in their relationship because they've been engaged for years, but he has not put a ring on it yet. And it's probably just because he's trifling and doesn't want to commit. Because, you know, she's ready to get married. Of course, it's him stalling and she's just waiting on him to pull the trigger. Yeah, so I'm kind of bored by this scene, so now she's just scolding him about how he's not as ambitious as she is. Next scene we're with Brooke and she's making an appointment to get one of her tattoos removed. I'm assuming it's one of the tattoos dedicated to her cheating husband. She's with Brandy as well as British. What is it with Brandy? Keep trying to encourage Brooke to stay with her husband. Let her drop that nigga. He cheated on her and it looked like she made up her mind. The topic then changes to Jackie's Ponderosa, and British lets the ladies know that Jackie's still mad at them for saying that she's always in their business. She then fills them in about the fight that happened between Jennifer and Malaysia, and she also lets them know the tea that Jennifer gave her about Malaysia losing her house. They're shocked too, so I guess nobody knew about her house going into foreclosure. Damn, and she got 3 kids too? For Malaysia's sake, I hope they bring her back next season because it seemed like her only source of income is child support. And isn't she bringing him to court for that? So she ain't even getting that. When the other ladies hear about Malaysia's situation though, Brandy's feeling a lot of sympathy for her. And I'm a little tired of this little merry-go-round of feelings that Brandy has for Malaysia. Either you fucking with her or not. Pick one. Next scene, we're with Duffy and Malaysia going to a yoga class. They're not really talking about anything interesting, but I will say that Duffy's relationship with Malaysia and Brandy now, how she's trying to be cool with the both of them, I'm sure it's not going to work out for her later in the season. I'm going to predict that. Duffy starts talking about her baby daddy, and fast forward. Next scene we're with Jackie as she's at some random house because she's working on getting her real estate license. She's pretending that she's interested in this house to possibly buy and flip it. She's joined by British and I'm just like, God damn, she's in every single scene. Like she is working for that check before she had the prison. Like they got her doing overtime. Lord have mercy. So Jackie is defending the fact that she's so messy and nosy by saying that I'm in everyone's business because I am the business. I am the glue that keeps these ladies together. What? Y'all not even friends like that. Like y'all are literally in other cities and then all meet up in LA to pretend like y'all are a friend group. The only reason Jackie's been on this show so long is because she displays levels of delusion that is unprecedented. British is being messy again by telling yet another person about her meetup with Jennifer. Now she doesn't tell Jackie about Malaysia's house, she only hints at it and says, well, it's really bad and I don't feel comfortable, so I'm gonna let Jennifer tell you. Now, you know Jackie's ears perked up when somebody else's business was being talked about. She was probably even aroused by it. She is definitely looking forward to this Ponderosa now. And speaking of which, next scene, it's the day of the Ponderosa. We're with Jackie at this undisclosed warehouse where she has a table with a throne at the end of the table. And we see all of her paraphernalia from her many businesses set up around the table just to prove to these ladies that she has something to do. We see her clothing, her books, her cognac, some blindfolds, the whole nine. Knowing Jackie, she probably pulled all this shit out of her attic and brought it to the warehouse for these ladies to see. So all the ladies have arrived, and here go Wacky Jackie making her entrance with security on each side as she sits at the head of the table. Jackie is clearly in her own world, and I wouldn't be surprised if she took shrooms before every time she started filming. So this Ponderosa begins, and it's basically Jackie going off about not being associated with boredom. This must really hit a nerve with her. She then said she has 10 businesses, she interacts with millions of her followers on social media, then says she's a celebrity. The ladies start laughing because obviously it's not to be taken seriously, as well as Jackie being a clown. She then decides to go around the table and ask each woman individually, do they think that she butts in their business? So she starts with Brandy, and Brandy immediately says yes. However, I guess she understands that Jackie is coming from a good place. I think Brooke chimes in too. And we really don't hear from the other women. Jackie just says well, maybe I'll scale it back a bit. But then she turns the topic to say, well, there's some dissension in the group right now. And I hear there's people going at it. Now here she is, but now she's just trying to stir the pot and start some shit. Also, side note, I am not a fan of Jackie's wig and this hard bang in the front of it. Just wanted to say that. So now she puts Jennifer and Malaysia on the spot. She tells Jennifer, well, I heard you had some things to say because you were really mad that Malaysia hung up on you. Now, clearly, what Jackie is trying to do is she's trying to play executive producer, like Giselle on Potomac. She's trying to get Jennifer to say what she told British, which was Malaysia's house is in foreclosure. Brandy sees it from a mile away. She's like, Jackie. But Jackie's on a warpath. She wants Jennifer to say it. Like, they all see it from a mile away what she's trying to do. She's not good at this. She's good at being delusional and being in people's business. So Jennifer tells Jackie that she's done with the situation. She has nothing to say to Malaysia. And Malaysia's like, I don't really want to hear anything. We're good. But Jackie keeps trying to push Jennifer to say what she told British. That answer that Jennifer gave Jackie is not enough. Jackie keeps needling for the information. Like, how come none of the ladies are just standing up to Jackie and just telling her to shut the fuck up and mind your business? Jackie is now yelling at Jennifer saying, you need to open your motherfucking mouth. Say it. Jackie is unhinged, but the ladies are continuing to allow this. So now Jennifer is finally addressing Malaysia directly, saying it was disrespectful for her to hang up on her. Malaysia tells Jyn, I respect your choice to not fuck with me. So you stay in your corner, I'll stay in mine. Do y'all notice that Malaysia isn't on her rah-rah anymore? Like, this was like what? Maybe 2 seasons ago? Now she's just real laid back now. I mean, she argues, but she used to be ready to fight. Jackie keeps trying to facilitate this conversation between the two. She's not going to stop until she gets Jennifer to say Malaysia's house is in foreclosure. Oh, here we go. So I was just complimenting this half of the season on the editing, and the editing right now is wonky. So now British enters the conversation and tells Malaysia that Jyn says that you're dead to her. Not sure why she needed to speak for Jyn since Jyn is literally right next to her. So now British is trying to be a producer. Now she's egging Malaysia on to continue talking to Jyn. Clearly Jackie as well as British are both trying to get Jennifer to say it. Say it! So Jennifer finally says that Malaysia's house is in foreclosure in front of the group, but the way it was delivered, it didn't make any sense. Like, it didn't even fit in the context of the conversation that they were having. It was just like, okay, we just want you to say it in front of the group. That's it. Just expose her. I guess this big secret, but it really didn't land, and this whole scene just seems very scripted. And even Malaysia's reaction, she wasn't like, how dare you? Like, she was just like, fine, I'm dead to you, I'm dead. We cut to Jackie's confessional, and she's like, really, Jennifer? Wow. Really, Jackie? Like, you were the one that's putting all the time and effort trying to get Jennifer to expose Malaysia at the table. And now she said you're acting shocked and mad about it? Either I'm in the Twilight Zone or Jackie needs to lay off the fentanyl. And now Jackie's saying this is nobody's business but Malaysia and her family. She literally pressed the fuck out of Jennifer to say this information. She just did a complete 180. She then tells the ladies that this is the first Ponderosa she's organized that did not work out. And that is where the episode ends. I am tired of wacky Jackie Christie. Like, someone needs to hold her ass accountable because they're basically just clowns in Jackie's circus. I'm still trying to figure out what I just watched. This episode was alright. I didn't completely hate it. It's just something to have on in the background while you frying catfish or something. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode. And also, whose side are y'all on? Are y'all on Malaysia's side or Jennifer's side? I'm leaning towards Jennifer because this is just Malaysia's karma for her behavior from past seasons. I mean, she threw a table at Jennifer. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.